Yeah, I got the
Okay.
notification. Yeah.
Okay,
All
perfect,
right, just
perfect.
stop. There
Yeah,
we go.
just to mention, like, you told me like I work at Qualtrics, so I have like a name under my name. But the thing is, like, I just graduated 2 months ago, and it's just my first
Hmm.
job, and then the first time. So the leverage of Qualtrics I got, I didn't have before, but I just really wanted to start my LinkedIn stuff after I got
Hmm.
like a company behind me, because I think that's a good starting point at least. And I also just wanted to give back about the things I learned during the process, the things I learned here, and then whoever else I can help out, I just really want to help them out. So if you're interested in like applying for a job at Qualtrics or stuff like that, I would be more than happy to help you out with any questions you have. And I could talk about like how the culture is, how Qualtrics is, what the office is like.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. That sounds fantastic because, Qualtrics is definitely one of the places I'm applying to. It's one of the top places that you kind of see all the time in SaaS sales when you're searching around for that. Um, for you, your experience being there for 2 months so far, like, is there anything that from your time there so far that you sort of wish you knew ahead of time?
No,
Okay.
no. Like nothing. It's not that I would say no, but nothing came to my mind at this time because basically I've done everything within my ability, within my power to just get the job.
Nice.
So I already have done like everything I could. So there's nothing I say that I could do better at this moment. But
Hmm.
my advice, like what I did and how I got the job, is basically connect to as many people as you can on LinkedIn. So for example,
Hmm.
you reaching out to me, you setting up this meeting, that's something really valuable. So, for example, what I could do, or Trent could do, or someone else who works at Qualtrics, or I don't know, like LinkedIn, Amazon, like whichever company you want to apply for. Now you have like one connection inside the company, which means
Yeah.
that person has connections to their managers and then whichever department you want. For example, if you
Hmm.
want to go for sales, I'm already at sales. If you want to go to the product specialist team, I know the people there. And if you want to go to the legal, the engineering. So um, it's just a benefit to know people inside. And then
Hmm.
if you like apply on LinkedIn or whatever, and you get invited to the first meeting with the HR, then you will have inside information already. So you will know what the tacos cultures of Qualtrics is. You will know how the office vibes is. You will know what Qualtrics people give importance to, and then you will
Hmm.
know how to use the right words at the right time. So that is
Right.
something what I did. So I reached out to I think 4 or 5 people that worked at Qualtrics, and then you only need one person who says yes to a meeting with you, and after that
Right.
you can just ask anything you want. So I really got a lot of help from a guy called Max Dreyer, the video you watched.
Hmm.
So he helped
Hmm.
me so much. He helped me like during my presentation. He helped me um, used to write sentences. He gave me some inside tips and tricks, which worked out really well.
Hmm.
So that's advice number one. And I would say just read the website, download a free account, just check like what is Qualtrics, what do they do, what's the product about, like have a bit of inside knowledge, but
Hmm.
also you don't have to prepare like so much, like there's always people in need in any company, especially if you have like a European passport and if you can talk multiple languages, which I believe you do.
No, I don't. I only speak English.
English.
Huh.
I guess a second or a third language would be a huge benefit. It's one of the main reasons I got the job. I speak Turkish and Dutch as well, and I'm hired for the Dutch position because basically there's just an incredible lack of Dutch people in
Hmm.
Dublin. So it's
Yeah.
not because my interviews went very well or I'm like super talented or I have so much experience. Nah, it's just
Hmm.
I knew Dutch, I knew English, and I have Turkish when necessary. And then I was just focused on sales and I was focused on Qualtrics. I would say like just apply. It doesn't have to be like any specific firm. If you want to work, you can just start applying to a bunch of places and then just see which ones get back to you and
Hmm.
then start researching the companies when they like go back to you because it would take so much
Gotcha.
time. Sorry, it would take so much time to research every company you apply for. I think it's just better to use LinkedIn, easy apply, apply to a bunch of places, and then see which companies return. And it would also be a good thing for you to know which companies do get back to you. So it will be like a
Hmm.
personal analysis of something like that. Where do you
Hmm.
live, by the way?
I'm currently in Illinois, but I'll be moving to the Maryland area once I graduate. My wife and I just got married recently, and she's finishing up her degree in Maryland. So we're sort of from that part of the US, so that's where we'll be returning to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. So you plan on staying in America then, huh?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, then I guess only American language, like only English, is gonna be enough. I
Yeah.
think it's just a specific thing to Dublin.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense though, because like that sounds like, I'm sure they get lots of applications, and you having all those languages under your belt, especially in demand languages, that really differentiated you and made you like very valuable to them.
I guess so, yes. I
Yeah.
guess so. Also, like the product specialist people, we have three new Dutch people here. So there's like a really like lack of Dutch people. So they just hire Dutch in general. And also, I would say like um, LinkedIn, Amazon, and Salesforce, they found me. Like they reached out to me. I didn't apply to them, but that's only
Mhm.
because there are no Dutch people uh, in Dublin
Right.
enough. So yeah,
No, I mean, yeah, that's awesome, man. And it's correct me if I'm wrong. Did you move from Turkey to
yeah,
Dublin?
yeah. So I was born in the Netherlands, lived there for
Okay.
15 years, moved to Dublin, moved to Turkey, lived there for 8 years, and then this is my fifth week in Dublin. And I applied from Turkey to Qualtrics. I did my interviews like 100% online, like everything was done online. And then I got
Mhm.
the offer, the relocation package, and then I just moved to Dublin. So I came here on Sunday last month. I just started the same week on Monday. Um, so that's the story basically.
Well, man, way to go get it. Like that's really the go-getter attitude. I
Yeah,
think that's gonna make you like, just starting your channel, building your brand on LinkedIn, all that stuff, just going for it. Like that's a great attitude to have. I mean, I'm not in that world yet, hopefully soon, but
hopefully,
seeing
man.
what I've been watching from like these people who are successful, that type of mindset you have is like absolutely what is needed to be successful. So it's
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. And I just think like once you go in, like so much stress and so much anxiety will go out of your system that you will
mm,
think like, okay, I appreciate the place I'm in right now and I want to give back. And how can I do that? So there are a lot of types of doing that. I mean, LinkedIn and YouTube is just one form of that, which people can see, but people are giving back in so many different ways in the office. There's like a five for fight like cancer research program going on here,
wow.
so people are like volunteering there. I don't know, people are doing like a lot of different things around the office, which I really appreciate. But then I would say like
Mm,
doing stuff like this is also important within the company because it shows your presence. People start to know your name, people start to know who you are, and they just really
mhm.
appreciate the stuff you're doing. And we are, I don't know your age. How old are you?
I'm 24.
So 24, 23 for me. We are both so young, and I think we are like on a good way. You two like already starting to reach out, already like know approximately what you want, and then just like go for it. And then we are so young, we have such a bright future ahead of us, and then everything in the end will work out. So
No, absolutely. Like that's definitely you got to just I really like what you said earlier about for you you have no regrets in the way that you got your position at Qualtrics because you left it out all on the table. You really did everything that you could, and that's kind of the mentality I'm trying to approach this with is hopefully if it's Qualtrics or some other company, it's that if I don't get offered a position, that's okay as long as I did everything that I could. I reached out, I took my time, I did things the right way. That's definitely sort of the mentality I'm trying to approach this line of work with.
hey, you got really nice communication skills. So that's something I didn't used to have like a few years back. I was really bad in my interviews. I would get like anxious, I would get stressed, I would start sweating like during the interviews. Then my words would just like get all like together and it just wouldn't work out. But that's something I would definitely recommend. Just keep applying, even if you don't want to like work for the firm. just apply, get the interview, get the interview experience, and then just
Mm,
move through life, and um, like being strategic about the interviews is really important
mhm,
because being humble is one thing, but like an interview is for you the time to shine, so
mm.
it's really important to know the difference of when to be humble and when to be strategic. I think that that's a really important thing that I wish I knew before I applied. Yes.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. No, I mean, also too for the interviews, like I've been thinking about this because I know that that's hopefully something that's going to be coming down the pipeline pretty soon for me. And it's one of those things where I'm trying to like have the mentality of, yes, I want them to feel like I'm a great fit for them, but also I want to use the interview as an opportunity to make sure that the company is a good fit for me because, of course it's great to be wanted and extended an offer, but if it's not the right fit, like as I'm sure it is with, in Qualtrics right now, you're trying to make sure that you're finding the right customer who's the right fit for what you're selling. That's something that like I'm trying to like approach that to kind of alleviate a little bit of stress in that whole process.
Yeah, I mean, you got it like nailed down really well. I didn't like have this mentality of yeah, you want to be a good fit for the company, but also the company has to be a good fit for you. So you got like that mentality already, which I think makes you already calmer during your interviews. And then for example, you already know about Qualtrics. Like we are customer
Mhm.
obsessed. Like
Right.
what we are doing.
Tacos.
You know the tacos. You know the service. So that's already impressive enough. And then you connect to me too. So I think the next best thing would be to reach out to someone from the like America office, from either the Provo or Dallas or wherever.
Mhm,
Connect with them and then see like which way it goes. And then, I don't know if you applied from LinkedIn, but if you didn't, please do that as well. I think it will
mhm,
give you a good chance to stand out. And if you like um, also attach a motivation letter as well, then that will
I'm
be
sorry,
something,
what?
a motivation letter.
Is that similar to a cover letter?
Yeah, like something like a cover
Okay.
letter. Like I call it a motivation letter, but I think a cover letter is a better word for it. But yeah, if you just attach like a small thing, not all HRs read it.
Hmm.
Mine didn't. For example, I had like a huge cover letter with me. She didn't even bother to read it because it was like way too long. But I get her. But yeah, just something small like, hey, I'm really interested in Qualtrics in this position in this office. And then I've already done my research. I already know the tacos. I've even reached out to, you can use my name like Esat that works in the Dublin office or something like that. And then I think that would give you a good head start if you want to start at Qualtrics. But basically, you can do like the same thing to any company, right? You can just have
Hmm.
like cover letter template, like, hey, this is me, I'm interested, and then just change the company, change the position you're applying for, change the date, and then just like a general motivation thing will do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean that's excuse me. That's great. There's some great stuff. And I'm just sort of curious, like, okay, so I've got some of these next steps to look forward to. Is there anything that up to this point with interacting that I should address or improve upon just going forward? Because, I know this is a long process ahead. So, in terms of the way I reached out to you or just any sort of those types of things, is there anything that could use improvement?
I think you were really good, man. Like you wrote a message, you commented, you sent me your agenda, I placed something in, you are on the right time in the right meeting, and then you asked the right questions, you used the like you used the good words and everything. Until now, I don't see like a way you should like change something. So just keep calm, keep applying, keep going, and then I think it's gonna be good.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. If you ever do think of something, please let me know. But I really, I appreciate your time and I don't want to take up too much of it, especially since I think you're probably like just going out of lunch or something. But um, for the future, if there's ever something that you want to do, something even just similar, like a few months from now, we can catch up again and just be like, hey, this is where I am, this is where you are, and just seeing kind of how our journeys have evolved. I mean, that would be great. I would love to keep in contact with you. It's been
Sure, man. Sure, man. We can even create a new meeting for now, like for 2, 3 months later. totally down for
Sounds
that.
good.
That would be nice to see where you are in like 3 months, and then maybe like to see where I am and where you are, and then just catch up again.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I'll be following you on LinkedIn and seeing what you've been posting. I love your stuff. It's great stuff.
Thank you, man. I follow you too. So keep it going.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for your time. And yeah, we'll catch up. I'll send a sort of like a tentative Zoom meeting thing for a few months from now, and we can
Yeah,
just, you know, adjust it
definitely.
as it comes.
Yeah. Thank
But
you once again for reaching out. It was lovely to connect with you, to speak with you, and then also learn from you. And then I'm also really happy to share my thoughts and my experience. And if I like can help out in any way, like just hit me up on LinkedIn again, and then I'll be more than happy to help you out.
appreciate it, man. Well, talk to you in a few months, and good luck with the rest of your day.
See you, man. Bye bye.